Welcome, everybody. This is our 7th annual strategic planning retreat, if you can believe it. How about a round of applause for everybody who's participated? So if this is your first strategic planning retreat, can you raise your hand? All right, good. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here to join us. So Andrea Perriner-Sweet, who is the chairman of our Board of Selectmen, is unfortunately caught in traffic. I think it's the the big chips, right? They're coming to Boston. She's caught in traffic, so she'll be here, but she won't be able to welcome you. So I'll welcome you. Let me just tell you how the night's going to go. If everybody just wants to listen for a minute. Okay, thanks. So what we're going to do, we waited a few more minutes to get everybody in here, but what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 facilitated discussions. We're going to start with Healthy Westford Committee and Pedestrian Safety Committee with litter on the side, a little side of litter. And then after that, that's going to go on till 6:30. I'll give you like a 5-minute warning that's about to end. So you just sit at the tables and you participate in the discussion and whatever tasks they assign you. At 6:30, we're going to eat. And those who want to, there'll be 2 lines. There's 2 grills, so just go right to the line, go through the grill, sit down, eat your dinner. At 7, we'll start the second facilitated discussion, which is recreational marijuana. So that should be pretty interesting. And maybe that's why we got some new people tonight. I don't know. There is an ice cream bar, which is right here in the center. And when you see people there after dinner, you're welcome to go up. It says $7.50 for break for ice cream. You don't have to wait for $7.50. You can saunter in and get some ice cream. And then at 8:15, we're going to come back up here. And the 2 groups will give you their kind of summary of what we learned tonight, brief, succinct summaries. And then you're all free to do whatever you want. Your little bracelet right here entitles you to go off and play mini golf or whatever you'd like to do. And that's pretty much it. So if anybody has any questions, oh, one more thing. On your name tag, on the back is, what do you call it? QR code. So you can use this with your phones and take our survey. So I encourage you to do so at the end of the event. All right? Is that right? All right. So before I go any further, I'm going to introduce our Director of Health, Jeff Stevens. He was promoted in January. Give him a round. And Chris Barrett, who is the chairman of the Pedestrian Safety Committee, but he's also on the Recreation Committee and a bunch of other ones. So they're going to start you with the Healthy Westford Committee and discuss what they're up to. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon. Thank you, Jody. Now, I didn't practice my speech in front of a mic like this. There's going to be a little bit of a trouble. I have to say that I'm not the world's best speech reader. I'm going to try and go slow. I've been fortunate to be selected to present 3 times now at this event. Loved it. It's really, really fun, and I'm glad to see that we continue to grow it and that lots of you are here this evening. In 2015, the Pedestrian Safety Committee was a host of one of the discussion sessions, and we had a fabulous time asking the residents who attended to identify the top 3 pedestrian concerns that they had and plot them out on a map of Westford. And we learned a tremendous amount from the residents during that exercise. So today I want to talk a little bit about what the committee has been doing since that event in 2015 and how some of the things that we've done has led to the creation of the Healthy Westford Committee. Since 2010, the Pedestrian Safety Committee has been advocating for improving the sidewalk infrastructure to our schools. These efforts started to pay off in the fall of 2015 with town meeting voters authorizing over $500,000 to the construction of nearly 4,000 feet of sidewalk on Plain Road to Knapp School. And I'm pleased to say that that construction project will be completed this summer. Also in the fall of 2015, Mass Highways started promoting their Complete Streets program. Complete Streets is an incentive-based program to encourage towns to develop multimodal infrastructure. Municipalities who complete the project are eligible to receive up to $400,000 in construction funding and $50,000 towards developing a complete streets prioritization plan, which is basically, here's the list of projects that we need to do in order to make our infrastructure safer. So throughout 2016, the Pedestrian Safety Committee worked with a number of other boards and committees, including town staff, Chris Clutchman, Paul Starrett, town engineer, both of whom were very, very instrumental in helping us bring forward a complete streets policy to the Board of Selectmen. The Selectmen gave us valuable feedback, and it was a very collaborative effort to create a complete streets policy, which the Selectmen adopted in 2016. Now that allowed us to qualify for the funding round of Complete Streets, which we did do successfully, and we were one of only, I think, less than 20 towns in Massachusetts in 2016 to successfully receive an award, and we were able to receive the whole $400,000. That money will be used to address some safety concerns that are at the town center. We work closely with the town center task force in identifying some projects up at the town center that would be funded through this money. We are also using the money to build the missing 600 yards of sidewalk along Carlisle Road to the Robinson School, and that will hopefully provide some good pedestrian access along that street to Robinson. And there's also trails throughout between Robinson and Crisafulli and the high school, so we hope that that will open up all three of those schools to more pedestrian traffic and bike traffic. We were also pleased to hear that in fiscal year 18, the state has decided to continue to fund Complete Streets, and so the Pedestrian Safety Committee has put in their application for next year, and we hope to see an award to continue building out our infrastructure here in town. Improving pedestrian safety, however, is not just about building out new infrastructure. The PSC has worked with our elementary schools to implement Massachusetts Safe Routes to School training. This is a free program in which representatives from Safe Routes to Schools come to our schools and teach our second graders pedestrian safety and our third graders bike safety. We started this program off at the Robinson School. I partaked in the program, and it was really, really great to see these kids learning how to traverse parking lots safely, how to walk on the road safely. I think it makes a ton of difference. I can remember when I was a kid having a public safety officer come to my elementary school and talk to us about pedestrian safety, and it still sticks with me today. Let's see. Lastly, I want to talk about a special project that the PSC, the Westford Health Department, and the town engineer worked on during the summer and fall of 2015. The three groups arranged to have Mark Fenton visit Westford and give a seminar on healthy community design. For those of you who have never heard of Mark, he's a transportation planning and public health consultant, an author, a PBS television host, and an active transportation advocate. He's a professor at Tufts University, and he combines a public health perspective with engineering expertise. He has degrees from MIT in engineering to provide innovative community-level programming, design, and policy solutions to create a more walkable, bicycle, and transit-friendly community. Mark's seminar in the fall of 2015 was attended by about several dozen members of town boards and town staff. I think it was fair to say that all involved learned a tremendous amount from this seminar. And I don't know if it's still available, but the video used to be on Westford Cat. So if it's still there, I would encourage you guys to look for it. On the Westford Health Department site, there is the slide presentation that he gave, and it is also very informative. One of the things that I thought was really that really resonated with me during the seminar was that Mark asked the attendees how many of them, with a show of hands, considered themselves free-range children when they were growing up. And I have to say, I think everybody in the room raised their hands. Then he asked everybody, do you consider your children free-range children? Nobody raised their hands. So he went on to discuss why that phenomenon exists today and provide some ways about how we can fix that and the impact that it has on our children's health. And it was just amazing, the statistics that he threw up there. Again, encourage you guys all to research it. But one of the things that he suggested as a possible process to address this dilemma is to focus on creating a committee that has a charge of addressing, education, the engineering of infrastructure and policy. And as a result, we now have the Healthy Westford Committee. So I'm going to now turn over the mic to our new committee chair, Jeff Stevens, I got it right, and let him tell you a little bit about what the Healthy Westford Committee has been doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chris. He's an amazing volunteer for the town. We're very lucky to have him, and there's lots to learn from him. So I want to give you a quick rundown of what the Healthy Westford Committee actually is. It is a dedicated group of volunteers and professional staff in the town. There's 18 of us. If you're on the committee here, could you just stand up? And a lot of them have the blue shirts on. Could we give those guys a round of applause for just helping out and being available? The reason why our group is formed was it's part of a Board of Selectmen and Town Manager goal. And the goal is to promote Westford as a healthy community through policy, program, and infrastructure planning. Thank you. So, our first job was to generate our mission statement, and that took a few meetings to come up with, and I will read it to you. It's to support the community members of Westford in improving their personal health and safety that their households, public spaces, and ecosystems need. That was job one. We completed that. Second job was, if we're going to be a committee and we want to be marketable to the community, we had to create ourselves a logo, which we have up on our board here. I was looking for more pizza and beer, but we decided to go with something slightly different. It was designed by Deb Banerjee, and she did a fantastic job doing so. And the reason why we chose the trees and the apple is it has a lot to do with what the fabric of Westford is about. I mean, the apple is healthy food, it is reminiscent of our farming culture, and the trees that have a slight human feature are just healthy growth. So we decided to go with that feature. Additionally, I wanted to make mention that all the professional staff we have come out of the Health Department, the Senior Center, Parks and Rec, Conservation, School Department, Pedestrian Safety, and the Town Manager's Office. So quite a few of us get to work quite well together quite often. Once we got those two things done, we decided that we had an opportunity to be involved in a bigger project. The Health Department every 2 years does a health fair. And what better place for Healthy Westford to really start working together and getting a project completed. So Healthy Westford came to the health fair in Westfest, and they were kind of the welcome wagon for the entire health fair. What they did was we came in, we had the opening booth. When you came in, you got great information. We ran all kinds of projects. We had walkathons, we had workout stations, kids got prizes, and people really felt like they were having a great time. Some of the prizes were fantastic. We gave away bike helmets and I believe a bike and several other smaller prizes. There were sneakers given away through some other donors, and it was a fantastic 4 hours for the town. Another thing that we've done, and Alicia Hillman has created this fantastic trail map that we now have out, which is called 10 Great Trails. And with this map, people that may not know what the resources are for just running around town and getting some exercise, we can now get you to some of those spots. Our next plan is to start supporting the farmers market in other ways. We're going to start running some other programs at the farmers market. We're going to do some hikes. We understand that Gloria Gilbert may bring her goats along on the trails for us, which will be lots of fun to see. And that gets us to where we are right now. For tonight, those are just some of the ideas we had, but this committee can do so much for so many people. And what we'd like for you to do tonight, and if I could have my volunteers grab your stuff for your stations, we have several topics that you can read up on this board. Hello? We have business collaboration, neighborhood health and safety, community event support and promotion, walkable neighborhoods and communities, litter prevention and control, and healthy eating. What we'd like for you to do with that information is we would like for you to try to develop some ideas how you can better support the town, or how Healthy Westford can better support the town, maybe support another initiative that's going on, or come up with other ways that we can find ways to promote this town in a healthy, more positive way. So on your name tags, everybody's got a number, numbers 1 through 6. And the way we're going to set the room up is we're going to have 6 stations. 3 will be outside, 3 will be inside. Starting at that end down there, number 1 is going to be out by the light pole, 2 in the center, 3 down at this end. On the inside, number 4 is going to be at this end, 5 is going to be right here at the ice cream stand, and 6 down the other end. And what we're going to ask you to do is take a look at your name tag, see what number you have, head to those spots, and I would love for you people to generate some ideas on what you think we can accomplish as a community. It can be high level, just thoughts on different eating patterns. I would really like to see some ways that we could maybe control some litter in town and pick up some different methods or ways that we can either be more eyes on the street to prevent it, to maybe educate people on why we don't want to do it. I think it will just, a cleaner community is a healthier community, and I think that's really important. So with that, when all my volunteers get to their spots, and I'll have them get there right now, and numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, they are on your name tag down in the corner, and I'd like for everybody to give like 1 minute to get to your spots and have at some good conversation.
I'm Sue Higgins. I'm the president of Westford Against Substance Abuse. And we have a display here today with different literatures of substance abuse issues. And we're partnered with the Board of Health, Ray Peachy's substance abuse prevention coordinator, excuse me. The items here on the table are from one of our programs that's called Behind Closed Doors. And they're items that could be found in a home of a person at risk for using drugs. This is a weighted Coke can, but it actually is a stash for drugs. This is not a macrame bracelet, but it's actually a marijuana pipe. This is a wireless mouse, but also is a secondary drug scale. So we set up a full bedroom scene of a person at risk with far more items, and we walk parents through as to what they can find in their loved one's room that would indicate that they're probably at risk for using or abusing substances.
My name is Kate Olson. I'm on the Dog Park Task Force. I'm the co-chair. And I'm here tonight at the Strategic Planning Retreat just to share some information about what our task force has been doing over the past year. We have a group of very dedicated people who really want a dog park in Westford. We're exploring a lot of different locations. Our top location right now is off of Farmer Way near the Stony Brook School in that complex. It's Board of Selectmen land, and I know that some of the selectmen are pretty open to hosting us there, so we're trying to pursue that, but also we're constantly exploring different pieces of land, and once we get that piece of land, we can really start planning the logistics of opening our dog park. But we do have a lot of support in the community. 1 in 3 households in Westford has a dog, and I know that last year the recreation survey revealed that 31% of respondents wanted a dog park. So we're so glad to have the support of so many people. And if anyone really wants to follow what we're doing, feel free to join our Facebook page. It's called Westford Dog Park, facebook.com/groups/Westford Dog Park. And we update everybody with the important meetings that we're going to and initiatives we're doing. So that's an easy way for everybody to get involved. So thanks to everybody for your support.
Hi there, Chris Clutchman, Director of Land Use Management from the 2017 Strategic Planning Retreat. We had another successful event today, about over 200 people, residents, committee chairs, committee members, board members, all coming together for a casual discussion about important policy topics to the town. We talked about open space planning and Healthy Westford Committee, and we also talked about recreational marijuana, and people had a chance to talk to each other about it and to give feedback and give the town their opinions and ask questions to town staff. So I'm happy to say I think it was another really successful event.
Communities and pedestrian safety, and then Chris Clutchman will come up and summarize marijuana. Jeff?
Thank you very much, Jody. We had some really good spirited conversation. A lot of you have some amazing ideas. One thing that really stuck out to the groups that from the sheets that we had was litter definitely seems to be a problem with many of you, and all of you want to find ways to attack that. In addition to that, the safe neighborhoods and finding ways to walk around those neighborhoods seems to be pretty critical as well. A third issue that I heard from more than one group is school lunches and the quality of the food that they felt need to be upgraded. So I want to thank all of you for giving us some incredibly good information. We've got some unbelievably good directions to go in. We're going to take all of the data that you gave us, we're going to compress it, and we're going to get it onto our website, and it will be there for you to view, hopefully by our next meeting, and we'll start working with those talking points and finding ways to bring some of your ideas to fruition. So I want to thank you all very much. You've all been fantastic, and can't wait to see how some of these ideas pan out. Now I will give you Chris Clutchman, and she will wrap hers up.
Thanks, folks. I don't know that I have really a wrap-up for the marijuana discussion. I really appreciate the fact that you guys at your tables, got into this issue, that you gave us some votes. Jeff Morissette is holding the comment box and vote tallies. So we'll be summarizing those in the report that comes out. That'll be published and put on the town's website, as well as answering questions that came in on the comment form. So thank you, everybody, very much.
So that concludes tonight. For those interested, we had 241 attendees tonight. So great turnout. Thank you all for coming, and we look forward to talking to you and seeing you on all these issues coming up in the future. So have a good evening.